Lil Nas X responds after many people believes he was mocking Jesus Christ.
There's no disrespect there. I thought me clearly not being on the side of the devil in that video was was like there was an understanding there that I'm not like trying to diss Christianity.
But let's talk about it here on All Things Theology. Cue my theme music.
All things theology, we chop it up properly, without an apology. Gotta give doxology to God, hallowed be, cause this is how we do it at All Things Theology.
Yo, grace and peace, and welcome back to an episode of All Things Theology, where this is your host K-Dub, and today we're going to talk about Lil Nas X. Recently, many of us know, you've been following this channel, we talked about Lil Nas X mocking Jesus Christ. Mocking communion, mocking Christianity. There's no doubt about that it was a mockery. Well, he decided to respond, and I thought his response is interesting. I'm not going to get too much into it now, but we'll play it and then we'll do a response. Let's get into it.
Hello, everybody. I wanted to not necessarily.
Now, I don't know why he's in a shower cap. It's kind of interesting, but nevertheless, that's minuscule.
Apologize, but I wanted to explain like where my head at and where it's been for like the last week.
So he's like, I'm not necessarily apologizing. I just want to kind of give you some context on why I did what I did. So let's hear it.
So first of all, when I did the artwork, I knew like there would be some upset people or whatnot, simply because, religion is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. But I also didn't mean to like mock. This wasn't like a fuck you to you people, fuck you to the Christians. Like, it was not that.
So he starts off saying, hey, I knew it would get a lot of people upset. I knew it would make a lot of people mad, but this wasn't a explicitive, right? F you, that's what he says. I don't get that response. You knew it would get people upset, but you weren't trying to offend them. Anyways, you literally hang yourself up on a cross like Jesus, right? You are just taking shots of the communion drink and stuffing your face with the communion. Just very disrespectful. And beyond that, you literally say on one of your tweets that it's no problem with you getting down on your knees in prayer and doing something sexually, right? Like, we're not going to get into what he's talking about. We all know what he's talking about, but you're not trying to offend anybody. I find that highly improbable, and I'm going to get into a reason why I think. Matter of fact, I'll share it now. I think he is kind of retracting. Remember, not apologizing, but kind of trying to do this explanation. And this is just, I don't think the idea went as popular as he thought it would be. Maybe the album, the project isn't doing as well as he thought it would be. And so now this kind of retraction, like, I didn't mean to offend all you guys, right? Yeah.
It was literally me saying, oh, I'm back like Jesus. Like, that was like the whole thing. I'm not the first person to dress up as Jesus. I'm not the first rapper. I'm not the first artist, and I won't be the last.
Yeah, that is true. Let's deal with the first issue. Well, all you're just saying is I'm back like Jesus. Well, there's clearly a more tasteful way to go and say that. You're literally putting yourself on the cross. There's only one person that has done that. Two, yes, you are not the first person to blaspheme Jesus by depicting yourself as Christ. Yeah, there's no question. You won't be the last, no question. But it doesn't justify what you did. That's the issue.
And I know, like, given my history with, the Call Me By Your Name video, anything that I do related to religion can be seen as like mockery. That just was not the case with this. And I will say, though, with the communion video, with me eating the crackers and juice, I thought that video was going to be the video to lighten the mood, to take it down, like, less serious or whatnot. I thought that was...
So, he dressed up as Jesus. His artwork is him, on a cross, literally transforming, right, and all that, and literally on a cross kind of getting pulled up. Okay, he does that. And to make things better, he does the whole shots and communion, stuffing his face. And he's like, well, I thought that would kind of lighten the mood. Well, first of all, that's probably not the reaction you should be going for after people are accusing you of a blasphemy. It's just trying to light a mood. That's first off. Second of all, communion is a very serious aspect to Christians, because the Bible says, hey, we are not to do this distastefully, not to do this in vain. We are to do this in good faith, and so I don't know how you thought that would be a comical moment. taking shots at communion. I don't know how you thought that would have been a better response. And so again, I'm listening to his response and I'm like, do you have a PR team, Lil Nas X? I mean, somebody who vaguely knows the Bible who'd be like, I'm not sure we want to do that. Here's why. They're gonna, a lot of people are, profess to be Christians in America. We're gonna make those people mad. Now, if that was your goal, hey, you guys wanted to do that, fine. But this almost seems like you were just so unaware of anything the Bible teaches. I mean, nobody in your circle knew the Bible. I find that hard to believe that this was just lighthearted. You weren't trying to do this intentionally. I mean, you've done many videos, many things in the past that says this ain't a mistake. You either have to be the most ignorant person you have to be either the most intentional person trying to do this or the most clueless person. I would argue none of them are still good justifications for what you did.
Something that we all wanted to do as kids or whatnot, but I didn't understand the idea of, the reality of what it is. It's me eating the communion, which is like the symbolism of like Jesus's blood and bones or something like that. I don't remember completely.
Let me help you out on the doctrine of communion. Now, some people will disagree, but this is a Baptist view, right? I'm giving my view, right? It's my channel, right? So the flesh and blood, it symbolizes his death and his life, right? Blood being his death. It's really the passive and active obedience of Jesus Christ. It was symbolized in communion, which we do take very seriously. And so, I know he's claiming, hey, I'm a Christian. You probably should be getting taught these things if you're actually claiming to be a Christian now. So I know a lot. I don't believe his Christian profession is actually genuine. Because it's a lot of this is so distasteful. If I'm being very generous, it's distasteful. At the worst, it's extremely blasphemous.
But I did not mean it as like a cannibalism thing or whatever the freak.
I mean, that's not how I took it. I took it as you were trying to take shots of the communion. Communion is to be taken corporately. So there's another problem even there. Where are you in the church? I saw something about him like faking a getting into Liberty University, a Christian university, and so I know he wants to have us believe that his profession of Christian faith is genuine. But look at all the antics surrounding it. I mean, there have been better false converts. There are people who've actually been false converts who it looked at initially like it was something serious. But this looks like someone playing a joke and trolling us.
But I do apologize for that. I will say I am sorry for that. That was overboard. Though I don't agree with all of Christianity's rules or whatnot. I know not everybody follows Christianity by the book 100% or...
Well, thank you for letting us know that you're not a biblical Christian, which means you're not a Christian at all, right?
The world would be a lot crazier. But I do apologize for that. What was I going to say? This is not like to try to get everybody on my good side or whatnot. This is more so to clear my own head about my own decisions. I know, I messed up like really bad this time.
Now, I do appreciate this. I do appreciate him acknowledging that he's messed up. The problem is that it's continual. And continually like bad stuff, not like, oh, you keep knocking over a vase, right? That's okay. Look, that's minuscule. But it's continual, extreme, blasphemous stuff that you keep like that's what I'm saying. Like, is there anybody in your circle, Lil Nas X, that you can like run these things through by? That you're like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this cool idea. And they're like, no, bro. No. So that's kind of what I'm wondering. I'm just listening to his thoughts and kind of like, what's going on here,
And and I can act unbothered all I want, but it's definitely like taking a mental toll on me. What else do I want to say? I know this is not going to be like an immediate, like swift, everybody like moves forward or whatnot, but I do want my Christian fans to know that I am not against you. I was put on.
Then stop blaspheming, right? I mean, you want us to believe that? Then you got to stop this stuff, man.
I am not against you. I was put on this earth to, you know, bring people closer together and promote love, and like that's who I am. I'm not like some evil demon guy trying to destroy everybody's values and stuff like that. That's not me.
Then I think you need to retract a lot more than this. Not just the crucifixion stuff, not just the communion stuff, but the praying statement, right? There's a lot of stuff you need to retract and say, hey, look, everything I've said towards Christianity, look, I apologize. I'm not trying to. And this is why I say it reeks of someone trying to save face from a certain audience. Like, this almost seems like a marketing ploy. Like, hey, your agent told you, hey, look, you want to get right with the Christians because, you know, a lot of them are hypocrites and still listen to your music, even though you support all kinds of debauchery, right? I'm sure it didn't go exactly like that, but you get my point. You know, you got a lot of people that claim the name of Christian and still will listen to your debaucherous music. I think you should apologize to them, right? That's what almost seems like a marketing tool. I don't know. What do y'all think?
What else was I going to say?
And a half-hearted one at that.
Yeah. And
you should have wrote this
the
down.
Video, there's no disrespect there. I thought me clearly not being on the side of the devil in that video was was like there was an understanding there that I'm not like trying to diss Christianity.
So he's like, I thought, hey, me not obviously trying to be like the devil, like I have in previous songs and videos. I thought, hey, me being Jesus Christ would be better. So I thought I wouldn't blaspheme to the left. Now I would blaspheme to the right. Okay, look, you're saying you're not on the devil's side, but you literally depicted yourself as Jesus. Now, if you knew anything about the Bible, you would know why that's problematic. You are not God, sir. So that's a problem as well. You can look, you can blaspheme multiple ways. Claiming to be God, depicting yourself as God is literally the number one way. Even, you know, depicting yourself as Satan is kind of almost like, maybe it's blasphemy down the road, but the number one blasphemy is considering yourself God. So I don't know how you thought that would be any better. Oh, I'm not Satan. Now I'm going to depict myself as the God man. Very silly.
What was I going to say? What else? This is not like something I wrote down or whatnot. This
I know.
Is something
I can
off
see
the top of my head. I'm trying to get out. Lastly, again, I hope sooner or later we can move forward, and I'm excited for the rest of this era and things I have planned, and maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say for right now. I'm sending you guys love, sending my fans love. I'm sending the people who I hurt love. Yeah.
And that's it. That's all he has. Yeah, and let me say this. There is forgiveness for Lil Nas X if he truly repents. God knows his heart, but I see a continual pattern. Let me just show you what I think. I think a couple months down the road, once this gets old, he'll do something else. And it seems like Lil Nas X is a troll to Christianity. You know, this will spark controversy, right? We'll talk about it, right? It's newsworthy in that sense. Obviously, I talk about it because it's learning lessons. I would tell people, don't listen to this guy's music. I didn't listen to the music video. I just saw like the picture, right? I'm not going to support his music. Definitely not buying his music, right? And so, yeah, I think Christians should be a lot more that way when it comes to people's marketing. You want to blaspheme Jesus? We're not going to support you in any way. Now, a lot of people would take hits, financially if Christians did that. But, okay, I'm not going to be the artistry police, but you get my point. What do you guys think about his apology? Do you believe it's sincere? Do you believe he was truly grieved? Well, some of his justification for why he did things, I'm listening to it, I'm like, that just doesn't make sense. Why you would think that? Why you would think not being on the devil's side versus being literal Jesus Christ, you're depicting yourself in literally on the cross, would be okay. I just don't get the justification for any of this. So, well, those are my thoughts. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Till the next time, y'all, grace and peace. Yo, grace and peace. Thank you for watching another episode of All Things Theology. If you enjoyed what you heard today, go on and give me a like. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I promise to give you weekly lives, videos, interactions, exposing false teachers, sharing with you, the viewer, my theological beliefs, things about the culture, and the Bible. So if you're here for that, come on and join us. Also, if you would like to support this channel financially, you can do so by becoming a Patreon member or a YouTube member. Links are in the description below. You can see content before it drops. You can also have Q&A sessions with also other Patreon members, YouTube members as well. So if you would like that, hit the description link in below.